back at it. So I'm waiting for a response because I told my friend Julio that he would pick from this list what I have to work on, unless there's something else I can think of. But in the meantime, let's see where the hell I actually left off. Let's see here. 1 second.
Yo, that was a crazy hour, huh? All right, let's watch this video. Not, you can't do that. You have a setting? Is there like a fucking switch on the side of your head? So I had, oh my god. Oh, dude, never again sake to rum. Never again. It was like a holy shit.
Oh man. Okay.
Like it hit me like a brick wall. You know how like when you're drunk, where like you feel you're drunk. You almost feel like the
Oh, but
motion of the
then you're just
alcohol.
like at the all at once moment where you're like, oh, this is
It
it.
hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right when it's usually when you try to relax. Like
Yeah.
if you try to like sit down or like you know what I'm gonna go sleep and you go lay down, then everything hits you and you're like no.
Yeah.
Because when you feel that, there's no stopping it. That truck's about to hit you and you need to run to like the nearest like toilet.
Yeah. It has. I mean, it's like all at once, like because while you're drinking, you're probably like have all this like brain chemistry going on where you're active and maybe adrenaline and you're happy
Exactly. The
and your body
counterbalancing
is
it.
just like it's doing things, and then you
Yeah.
stop and all those functions like turn off and the alcohol
Yeah.
just like goes rampant.
Yeah. I would compare it to like the opposite of shock.
The opposite of an electric shock.
No, no, like
Oh,
shock. You know, like when something crazy happens, you don't even feel pain. You're not aware of what's going on. Like the stuff hasn't hit you yet because you're in shock, right?
oh,
You're not
right, yeah, yeah, yeah,
feeling.
yeah, yeah.
So
Everything's
this is like
blocked. Yeah.
exactly, but this is like
A
the
water.
backwards.
Wait,
It all just fucking hits you right at
floodgates.
once. Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Okay, so
And
here,
like
here. Oh, sorry.
I remember feeling when I get those feelings where it's just like it's almost like what I would imagine a scene happening where like a guy turns around and there's like a 40-foot tidal wave about to hit him, and like the look on his face, like oh my
I'm about to die.
yeah, exactly.
Um.
I had a interesting conversation. Are we on stream already?
Yeah, we are. I don't know if that is
Okay, I
sensitive
shouldn't.
information. You could tell me later.
It is. I'll tell you later.
Okay, so here's the list, by the way. I mean, a lot of stuff is done, and there's, a list
Let
of
me see.
things left.
Let me see this.
Let me try to
Okay.
condense it a little bit.
Background music.
Background music?
Yeah.
You really want me to do the absolute easiest thing, don't you?
Dude, you said I could pick.
Okay, okay.
Dude, I didn't pick.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't pick
put
the-
numbers next to these things, and then I'm gonna say you have to add up to this amount.
Bullshit, because now you're gonna make it whatever you want. Now that doesn't work.
Well, it has to
If
add
the
up
one-
to roughly an hour, right?
If the,
All right, all right,
no,
all right, all right.
what's the whole point?
30 minutes max, right?
What's the point of choosing from the list if it has no effect on how quickly you do the thing?
I don't know. Maybe at least you get to like watch something that you like. I don't know, probably none of this is interesting, but still. Oh, and I also wanted to run the other stuff by you, which is like title screen and credits, and on top of that, there's also like a the box art. So we have some box art already, which is like the original box art, but I think you mentioned that you didn't like it and you want to redo it.
Oh, I can make it cooler.
So, yeah, I mean,
I'll make it. You don't have to pay me or anything.
Well, I mean, if anyone does purchase a copy of this in the future,
Hmm.
obviously, like anyone who's in the credits will receive benefits.
Sure, that'd be cool. I
So,
find it interesting because the box art is literally the actual NFT.
right, exactly. So now there's a lot of pressure, right? Because now
No, no,
this,
no. I'm just saying, like, this whole crypto console, right? Like, you're buying the game, but really you're buying a picture, like a normal NFT. That picture just so happens to link to a game.
sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah, sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just funny. It's semantics of how it's like linked through and stuff. But I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, I would
Um,
like it to be the actual data of the game, or like the instruction set that, right, that
that
like
builds the
gets
game.
that actually
Yeah,
gets run on your computer.
yeah. You know what? That's a great idea.
So,
And I
I
think
mean, that's
maybe
all an
that
executable is, right? It's
no, no, no. But maybe that's what Sandbox does. Because remember, they make their own game editor, right? So they have a framework, a builder, a game builder. So it has building blocks. It has everything. Every possibility of game can be made from this game builder.
every
So
possibility of game.
yeah. So like, let's say I have a metaverse you can make games on and sell, right? Like they're doing in what do you call it? Sandbox, right?
Okay.
If you want to make a game to sell and to put out there, you have to use their game maker, right? Their software.
Yeah, if you want it to be on
Their
their
game,
platform. Yeah.
right? I'm just giving an example in their world.
Hmm.
Okay, so that game editor builder is made of building blocks. They're like gummy blocks, right? And the ships are the games. Every combination, every possible game is made out of all these gummy blocks, right?
Okay.
So that when somebody creates a game and saves it, it saves the data just like you made for your game editor, where it's saving the information for the game builder to rebuild that game.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, all you're
You
building
know?
is like a series of links and switches and instructions,
Right,
and
right.
then all that stuff gets like pulled out and executed in the order that it's supposed to.
Yeah, make it proprietary, have that be the foundation of crypto console so that anybody can make a game, but it's out of this building block. Like it could be like a Unity editor or a Unity game builder kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but why wouldn't you let them just build the game however they want?
Because the whole reasoning behind this is because of what we were just talking about. So it's a lot easier to store this data on the actual blockchain.
Why is it easier the other way?
What do you mean? Because it's simplified. If you let somebody build like any kind of game code in the blockchain, doesn't sound like it would work as well as a unified, you know, like
I mean, games are
game.
complex. Like, I don't think you can just get. I are you trying to say something like the game is made up of Lego blocks of things,
Conceptually, not literally.
and those things could be like I use a specific Lego block. You can also use that same Lego block in your game, but essentially those two things run the same entire set of code. Is that what you're saying?
Uh, kind of, yeah, yeah. It's like a
So
it's
that you're
basically a
making up the game out of like these higher level abstracted pieces, and that's what's actually the code.
yeah. So it'll basically read from the blockchain the data and put and assemble the game and objects and logic based on that info in that blockchain.
I see. So I mean, it really is just like a another way to encode
Well, the whole
the the instructions, the actual
yeah, 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 exactly.
executable.
It went off exactly what you were saying because this whole thing started. Remember, we were talking about. You said it would be cool if the information was actually on the blockchain or at least the instructions to do so,
I
and
mean,
that's
yeah,
when
that's
we're
all
like,
it is. So that's what
yeah,
you
and
want.
yeah, exactly. But right now, it's not. That's not how he has it set up. I'm saying that that
No.
would be a good framework for crypto
Yeah, I
console.
mean that's I think that's what he wants to do in the future.
Like if
I
Steam
hope
had its
so.
own, yeah, that would be great. If Steam had its own like game maker, it would change the game also, right?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's
You know
like,
what I mean? It just makes it more available because obviously you can do it with different stuff, but it's a difference between somebody needing to know all this very specific jargon and be highly advanced coder versus this very simplified version of a game maker because you want to open this to everybody, not
yeah.
just
I mean, the easiest thing they
very
can do
skilled
is
game.
release like a Unity like a Unity plugin, which I don't even know like if they did or didn't, but maybe they have already. But like a Unity plugin that's just for Steam, and
Uh huh.
that you include in your game, and it will for sure like all you have to do is include it in your game, and that alone will make sure that any build of your game will be releasable in Steam somehow,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like
That would be awesome
that would be
too.
cool.
Uh huh. If you can make a plugin for Unity, sure, and then it makes it for it formats it to his crypto console, I guess, data structure. That
Yeah,
would
I
be
mean
awesome.
that's like kind of the last piece here, this crypto console integration on the list. He's working on that, which I mean it's going to be like a multi-platform thing, but I told him like Unity is probably or Unreal is probably like the biggest things that you want to hit just because it gets you the most amount of people.
Get them first. Yeah, there's already so many developers that develop on it.
Yeah. And I mean it's just an API layer, like it's not crazy.
Uh huh. Well, it's not crazy, but it can be very involved because
Yeah,
you
I
have to
mean if you're
catch
doing all the
every
wallet
case.
integration stuff, like it yeah, you know, you have a lot of handshakes to do.
A lot of asynchronous stuff that's dependent on each other.
Yeah. But overall, it's really not crazy. I mean, yeah, you're talking about something similar to like displaying data asynchronously from an API call.
Yeah, which
Anyway,
I have dealt with.
I guess yeah. Let's do something fun. I'll do the background music. Let me find it first of all.
I can start sketching out the box art.
Go for it. So sounds BGM,
Also, we're already like 15 minutes in. But
BGM slow, BGM two. So BGM slow was like the title screen music as well as which I never created originally, which I'm gonna create this. So like of the original game, I think I'm gonna include a few more levels because I realized that like World Two was only one level. That's all I ever created in World Two. So like the entire original game was like 6 or 7 levels,
uh-huh.
which is pretty lame. So I'm gonna at least build out World Two up until the boss fight, which never got created either.
What are you talking about? The one with the big robot with the laser beam?
Yeah, but nothing actually happens.
Oh, because you showed me.
I
And I was like,
completely scripted the laser beam for the purposes of the trailer.
oh, because I'm like, I've seen it in action. What the hell are you talking
Yeah, yeah.
about?
So like nothing actually happens. Like that whole scene where like the guy jumps out of the ship and like lands into the robot and then cut to black. Like if you let that play out, he just falls for infinity and the level is like, oh, you died, right?
Uh,
Nothing
I
actually
see.
happens past that.
That's funny.
But the laser beam is real and it hits the ship and you can see like little explosions sparking on the ship when it does and like so your ship is getting slowly destroyed by that laser beam, but like you
Do you still have the intro cutscene scripted?
that's all still scripted. I'm gonna rebuild all that. Yeah, that was all really cool.
Yeah.
With like the
Just
little talking heads.
no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just
It's
remember
great.
the line. I was so proud of that line.
What the whole
No,
band-aids, bullets.
yeah. No band-aids, just bullets.
Yeah.
It just
I'll
it
bring
fits so
both.
well. Yeah, it's like what you would hear in a Saturday morning cartoon of like
Yeah.
Thundercats or
Oh
something.
god, so lame. But yeah, so fitting, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was on theme
Yeah.
because it was very like, it's very like if you the music was very fitting. I don't know if that makes sense.
The music.
Kind of like out of the Turtles in Time, like that
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
music,
Yeah, I get it.
like almost like it's very
Yeah.
not just nostalgic, but it sets a time of the type of music, like in the '90s where stuff is like kind of extreme. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everything was like cowbunga, dude. And you know,
Yeah.
everything like no matter what happened, like now that you bring up Ninja Turtles, that's one of those like cartoons also where like they're always fighting the same bad guys. also Power Rangers was like that, right? Like
Oh yeah,
in
Power
Ninja
Rangers
Turtles,
had
it
a
was
good
like
reason, though.
they always in Ninja Turtles it's like they always fight the foot, and in Power Rangers they always fight the putties, and they always like whenever they like throw them over their shoulder, they like have this like one liner, you know, whenever they kill like one bad guy or knock them out or whatever.
Hmm.
Like they throw them up in the air, and they're like going up,
Yeah, exactly,
stuff like that.
exactly.
Um,
I think it's called tongue in cheek, like
oh,
that kind of that kind of like speech. It's like self-aware, like
yeah,
you know.
definitely. When you said Saturday morning cartoon, is like that hits it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because it's all that. You're right.
Yeah.
And it's funny how when you're younger, you don't care about like the story arc. Like you'll see the Foot Clan not get defeated for the millionth time, and you're like, no way! What'll happen next time?
Yeah, and you laugh at every lame joke.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, you're a riot, Michelangelo.
And then a pizza lands on his head, and he's like, "Guys," I don't know, shit like that.
Yeah, as the cheese strips down,
Yeah.
and the music goes like.
Where did I put this game? Where Super Sky Hero Port? Here it is. I've been looking for the project folder for like 20 minutes. Okay. Assets. Sounds. Oh, I got BGM 1 already in here. I never did anything with it. All right, BGM.
Bee Gees, bro. Oh, dude, that's so wild. I'm playing this game here, like a little mini game from League of Legends, and it's kind of like an RTS. Like you have these little players, and they auto attack and have moves and stuff.
Yeah.
And my player did his special move right as he was getting killed, and his special move is like he throws a hook and like stuns the person with the hook in place for like a few seconds. Normally, if you die, your moves are negated, but he was able to throw the hook right before he died. So like his dead body was there, holding on to the hook, like holding on to the person. So it like still stunned the guy.
Hmm.
It was
Kinda
kind of
funny.
cool. Yeah.
So check this out. So this is what I did yesterday. I created this proximity mine thing, which actually was never. I coded it all, and I never put it
But
in
you
any.
never implemented
I never
it?
put it in any level. I implemented it in the original version, but I never actually put it in any level. So
So you just had something you that was there that you never used?
yeah. So, and I don't know if it's perfectly like it was, but I think it's close enough. So like this thing will be here and moving or whatever, and then when you come within range of this circle, it'll just like trigger and then start blinking like faster and faster and faster until it finally explodes. Also added explosions to all the ships when they blow up, right? So you can watch this whenever it decides to load.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right, so there it is blinking, right, and then I trigger it, boom, 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 right, all right. And
What's
then
with the red circle around it?
that's kind of the proximity of like where you like, so you know like to not get too close to it, and it's
You
and,
drew that?
and it's an indicator, right, of like
You drew that?
when it's gonna blow up. Yeah, I mean it's just like a circle in
Vectors
Photoshop.
or graphic thing?
No, I literally made it in Photoshop. I really thought about doing like a line
Oh, no,
render
no.
thing, but
Yeah, I meant it's with code though. It's made with code.
no, it's not. I
Oh,
was
oh,
going
oh.
to originally, but then I was like, I could do this so fast in Photoshop, I'm not even gonna bother. Right?
Couldn't you also do it really fast in code?
No, it would have taken. It would probably have been like an hour project.
Are you serious?
I don't know. Like I would have had to like grapple the whole line renderer Unity thing.
Yeah,
And I've done it before. I did it for
yeah. Because
a
in phase,
game
it's
that
as
I
simple
created
as,
that
like,
was all about lasers.
lasers are a reoccurring thing in your games, which is not a bad thing.
I mean, lasers are a game thing. I don't know. They're very gamey. Right? Because like we have the laser reflection game, and what's the other one? Wrong Floor has a robot with a laser beam, This game has laser beams.
The other side project game is kind of still open.
Yeah, that kind of
Uh,
branched off from Beam, so
yeah,
that was there.
that was pretty much Beam.
Metal Rod, like his gun was like a laser beam.
Oh, is that? Yeah, I guess so.
It's like a
Plasma.
Ghostbusters thing. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what you were going for. Anyway, like
Yeah, it was. I like how it looked, like the arcing, like it's pretty
I
cool.
guess at this point I'm like killing time because I could just do like background music, or I could just call it like BGM. I can add a BGM script. I don't even think I need it, but we'll see. And then I will add a audio clip, BGM. And I assume that I'll want it to like be able to fade between two songs. BGM2. And what I want is, I guess I want it to like be, I don't know about if it needs to be able to fade in yet, but I'll at least play it right away. Or I'll tell it to play using the level manager. So I'm just gonna do play, okay, play. And what this is going to be is say, where's level manager? Right, so it's gonna have a like that, and BGM is gonna say level manager. Oh, I won't do it on awake. Instance dot BGM, like so, and this will just play BGM. So I'll just say, I know I'm gonna have an audio source. So you're drawing it right now?
Not yet.
So audio dot play. Okay, and then audio dot clip equals BGM, and then play it. All right, and then I guess level manager, when it launches, will just play the BGM. So this is not correct, unless they're not public. They are public, weirdly enough. It just didn't compile correctly. Something else wrong? Unity does this sometimes where like the script doesn't compile correctly, and then the component doesn't display. So BGM 1, oh shit, lost it. There we go. Okay, so, and I guess what I can do is say if BGM does not, then go ahead and do that, and then in level manager, on awake, reset level will play. I guess I want it to like always play the music. So BGM should also be like a don't destroy unload thing. I wonder if this whole thing can just be scrapped and I put this into the level manager. You know what? That makes a lot more sense. Let me just do that. Where's level manager? Come on. Where are you? Oh, it already has it. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of this. Right, has that. BGM can go to hell. This will be here. Don't save. Right, and it will just play the music. It'll have an audio source, I guess. So I'm gonna write this code all over again. Right, and then when the level, well, just right away, audio.play, audio.clip equals BGM. Oh, and that was the whole like if BGM. Kind of like that. I'll go ahead and do that, and then it will have background music. I'll delete this guy. I'll delete the BGM script. No need for that. And then level manager. Get over here. Level manager. BGM. Got it. All right. So, and it doesn't have the audio source, right? Audio source right there. That should be good enough, and it should just play. BGM 1 isn't the correct song, though. Nope. Wow, that's really loud. You can't hear it, but it's really loud.
No, you can't. Oh, it's in your headphones. That's fine.
Yeah.
Is that why it's so loud?
I don't know. Now that you mention it.
Oh, I mentioned it already. Or did I mention it? Thanks for Poppy. This time.
Such a good song.
Which song is that?
Let me share, hold on.
That's not Jason's song, is it?
Yeah, it is. Hold on.
We gotta put him in the credits.
Absolutely.
How are we gonna get him crypto if it sells?
I don't know. You just give him a copy? Maybe?
The game?
Yeah. What, man? When was the last time you talked to him?
Fucking years, bro.
Wow.
Years and years. He might still be a friend of mine on Facebook. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. Facebook is so weird. It's like you disappear for a long time and then...
People usually do rounds of like deleting friends.
Yeah, removing people that they haven't talked to in a long time.
But I don't even use Facebook enough or care about it enough to do that. I just won't be on it for years. It's literally, I haven't posted it. I mean, my account auto posts bullshit that I guess I fucking subscribed to at one point or another.
You hear it?
Yeah. Yeah, this is dope. Yeah, I remember this. This was a cool song. All the ones he made were pretty cool.
Yeah, he only made 2 songs.
Well,
that's not true.
I think there was like 4 of them.
He made a couple of samples that never became full-length songs. They were like 20-second clips. And
well, the way he built it was modularly, so like depending on what was going on screen, it adds a different layer of.
Is that what
notes.
his intention was?
Yeah. Well, that's how I described it to him that it would be cool if he could do. But the interesting thing is that when I said it to him, he was like, "Yeah, that's what I was doing anyways."
I imagine. I mean, I don't like music, but I imagine that that's what a musician might want to do because they would want their song to like have certain um,
Assemblable ability to it, like
like
modularity,
rhythms. They would want like a specific
tempo.
feeling or like tempo. Yeah, like in a section, and they would want to reuse that at a different point in the song, right? In the same song.
Yeah, but it's all about how it syncs up
Like
because
you
of
go
that
from
tempo.
like this part of the song, and then you go to the chorus, and then you go back, and then
Uh,
it kind of has some level of repetition.
yeah. Holy shit, that person has 3 static shivs or sieve, whatever the fudge it is.
Um, so yeah, I don't know if you remember the original song. So this was the second song that you made. The original song.
Oh, what size is the image gonna be?
Good question. As big as you can, I guess.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, give me some constraints. I'm not gonna
Sure.
make
Okay,
it
fine.
a million pixels by a million pixels.
No, obviously not. That would be.
Well, you said as big as you can.
It doesn't have to be 4K or anything. I mean, because imagine when the game boots on a
Well,
1920,
nobody.
like on a 1920 monitor, like the logo will be the full screen.
I'll go 2K then. Nobody likes 3Ks.
3K? That would be like a bad brand, right? If they were like if 2K came along and then, right, they jumped right to 4K, which was like, they probably didn't think about it, but it was a good choice. Because
Uh-huh.
otherwise they would have been like, oh, well, we're 2K, oh, well, we're 3K, and like, no one would have
They
bought
just keep
that. Yeah.
right. It's like you can only ever say it. I wonder if that's why they skipped 3K. They went to 2K, then they went to 4K.
I actually
Actually,
feel
two.
like they went to 4K and then they went
Yeah,
to 2K
yeah, yeah.
because
You're right.
4K was just too ridiculous. It was a good idea, and then they
Yeah,
realized
they're
like
like
computers were like burning up, and not like computers would like break when you try to play a 4K video.
there was also like no, there was no content. There was no 4K content when
Mm-mm.
4K came
No,
out.
YouTube had some of it, right? They had
Some,
some videos that could play
some. There was
4K.
like,
I remember when it first came out.
yeah,
And
there
I
was
was like,
like 10
shit, it's like
videos.
so detailed when really I'm looking at it on
Yeah,
a 1K monitor. So
right,
I don't
exactly.
actually see it.
It's kind of nonsense. And like the only videos that they had, uh, were like freaking like the kinds of videos that you would see in like Best Buy, to test out
Sure, yeah.
the screens. Like, oh, look at this live 4K orchestra, or like, look at the Amazon flowers and birds in 4K.
What is this? What is this? I can give you vector and resize it. What is this? An SVG of Dan's new logo?
And got a new logo.
Okay, cool, thanks. That way I can put a splash screen, etc. You want to do that too? Oh, yeah, sure.
Flash screen. Do another splash attack.
Wonder if we can recognize that it's running slash connected to the wallet and show the splash screen dependent on that. Something like that. Because ideally, you would probably. So what we were having this conversation the other day, Dan and I,
Okay.
and one of the most interesting things that I think about it's not the fact that you can say like this is like a one and only copy of the game. Like I don't really care about that as much, right?
Okay.
the if you could take it to the point where you could literally restrict who can play it, like only people with the NFT can play it, right? If let's just say that
Yeah.
that world exists, because probably
Okay.
you could just copy the data and send it to somebody, and they can play it.
Okay.
But
Sure.
if the other world exists, right? So you could then, as a game designer, design a game that's ideally experienced by a set amount of people at once, right?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't I have this conversation with you yesterday?
Did you?
Yeah, the multiplayer, like having the multiplayer thing, because I was saying like imagine Counter Strike that only had like a limited amount of people, and then so effectively only the people who own those NFTs ever get to experience that multiplayer.
Okay, sure. But then those people might actually like hoard it and like keep it for themselves.
Uh huh. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that'd be interesting. Or what if there was like a game that you were like, I want one person explicitly to experience this on their own, right? Without any, or like you try to design a game in such a way that like the first person who plays it, like only one person can play it at a time, and the first person who plays it kind of goes in blind, but it's part of the game's design and experience that they could pass on knowledge to the next person that plays it. And that person could be chosen at random on some time interval, right? So let's say you only have 1 week to play the game, and if you do, you do, and if you don't, you don't. And
I
whatever.
mean, you just gave me a crazy idea. Imagine if, so like, it's a game that's the NFT, but every owner only ever gets to play 1 hour of it.
Yeah, right.
It's
That's
this-
kind of what I mean.
it's
Oh,
this-
that's interesting
yeah.
too, where it's like,
It's the same save file. It's the same progression. You only get to put 1 hour of yourself into the game before you can no longer play the game, and the next person has to buy it and put in their hour.
yeah, it would be interesting also that you could then or it depends on what you're going for, but I guess you could make that 1 hour viewable or not.
Ooh, yeah, like record, like screen capture it while that hour is happening, and
Yeah.
always upload it to like a streaming service, like a YouTube channel.
So you can see
that's like logging its progress of that
yeah.
one game.
One
And
person
when
might
the-
just like stand in the middle of nowhere for like an hour
Uh-huh.
and do nothing, but they played an hour of the game.
Right. And at the end, and probably people are going to do it, and at the end of the game, it destroys itself.
That would be pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, that's like a Banksy approach to it.
Yeah. I don't know who that is or what that is, but yeah.
Oh, Banksy? He's an artist that's known for doing provocative, I guess you could argue it might be considered pop art. But like, for example, one of the things he was most famous for doing in recent time was he sold a painting. It was like a framed painting, right? I forget what the subject matter was. But anyways, the person bought it for like $1 million or hundreds of thousands, I forget. And then right when the auction ended, the painting itself had a built-in motor and it auto-destroyed itself. So like right after it was purchased, it just shredded itself.
Oh my
And
god.
so it became...
That's awesome.
Yeah. It became like a meme, and like people were, like talking about it all over the place.
I'm sure you could have done something about it, but yeah, that's kind of cool.
Well, the funny thing is that it actually made the art increase in value. So the guy
art that doesn't
now,
exist anymore.
Well, no, it's like together, right? It's like the shredded pieces of the art
Okay, got it. Yeah.
and the frame that still has the motor
Got it. So
on it.
that's kind of part of the art then, that the fact that it was shredded and now isn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Big Shark 124, what's up? So I asked Julio to pick one thing from the list of to-do things, and he picked literally the dumbest thing,
Dude,
which was background music, and I got it done in like 30 seconds. And now we're just talking about game design.
yeah, and Justin wanted to go back on the rules.
The rules.
this-
The rules that we made up while heavily intoxicated.
That you set up. No, literally today. before we started this, you were like, I have a list. You can pick a
Oh,
thing
that.
from the
Okay, got
list.
it. Okay, got
And
it.
then
Yeah,
all of a,
that
and then
those
all of a
rules. Fine.
sudden you're like, oh, well, you can't pick that one. If you're gonna pick that one, you got to pick other ones. I'm like, wait a minute,
You're
Mister
pulling an
Slim.
all-nighter? Where are you? It's
Sounds
like
painful.
it's like 3 in the afternoon in this time zone. That means you're like across the planet. You must be like 3 in the morning for you. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, okay. 9 hours, so somewhere in Eastern Europe? Cool, man. Uh, what's the test? What are you studying? Say something cool. Don't say that it's like, you know what? I I guess I can't say that anything's not cool because a lot of people think that religion. Okay, got it. I actually took that class in college and a math test. Cool. I
They
took
called
a
them land sea lions.
I took a
I,
religion I took a religion class in college. It was pretty good actually.
I took religion 3 times a day, in fact.
Math test. What kind of math? Talking algebra or beyond? Calculus, trig.
Algebra, I know that guy. He's a good guy. Best price lug nuts in town.
If you do math homework, doesn't mean you know what you're doing. That's just like coding. I don't know why my code works, but it works.
You know, don't lie. No one likes to
But
lie.
you have some idea of why you put a specific set of instructions in a specific order. Um, right? You had some kind of plan there, maybe. Unless it was just like, how do I do a thing on Google, copy paste, put it in, hey, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that happens.
Right? Like, do you really know how walking works? No, you just do it.
Yeah, I mean, I learned it when I was a baby, and I don't remember those days.
It's like, look, we all think we know how to breathe until we start thinking about it, and then we all of a sudden stop breathing, and we don't know how to start it again.
Yeah, as soon as you become conscious of your breath,
Yeah.
it makes you have to do it yourself.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I guess you want manual control? Now here you go.
Kind of, yeah, yeah. Math homework doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. Yeah, the thing about math is like, well, some things you begin to understand over time, but some of the things you really understand because you start to know, like, I want to accomplish this, so I know that this is the formula, and I know that I should apply this formula in this situation.
I know, those feelings are great. I love formulas for that fact. Getting to the part where you need to know what formula to use and when
But you
is the
don't
tricky
get
part.
to that level unless you use it over and over and over and over. So that's kind of the point of like, that's why like math homework is like 100 math problems.
Yeah, but they also only teach you how to answer those types of math problems that are only written for people who have studied those math problems. You know what I mean? Like
Uh,
it's especially in school, it's like a structure. like the way that they ask you questions and the kinds of questions they ask you. It's not necessarily what's a real world adaptation of the use of that formula.
Also, you feel every part of your clothes on your body right now. Thanks. That's what he said.
Always, dude. Always do.
Yeah, that's weird.
That would require me wearing clothes.
Oh man.
And then there's other things that you can't manual override, like keeping your eyes open during a sneeze. Well, you can physically manually
you can
override it.
Yeah, you can like use tools.
You can go conspiracy theory on your eyes.
Yeah.
And tape them open. Okay. Do you have the link to the other image, the last poster I did?
Yeah. I mean, it's still on. You know what?
Kickstarter?
I don't know if it's on Kickstarter. I think it is, but if not, I know I have it. So let me find it really quick.
Okay.
I want to say it's here. In here. It's not here. I do still have the original Happy Fox logo, and that's pretty sweet. So check that out. Oh, you're not seeing the screen.
Nope. There's like so many iterations of the Happy Fox logo.
So this one I still think is the best. Well, it's my favorite. I don't know. I don't want to say it's the best, but
post it. Where is it? Or put it on your screen, I guess.
Yeah, there.
Oh yeah, I do like that one.
There was a newer one, right? So like, I still have the.
That's Charlie.
This one? What is this? Why is it coming out black? Why is like? I mean,
why is that a bad thing?
No, if you look at the file, it's like not.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, that was kind of an iteration too, that you went through.
Yeah.
There's also this. Yeah. What?
Did you design? I did see that.
Why did it break? What happened?
No idea.
Maybe it's my GPU exploding.
Do you have your?
I don't.
Okay.
All right. So, Unity Project Sky
Hero. Yeah, I do like that one. That's Charlie.
Yeah, it is, right? That was like a picture of him. So that's like some Sky Hero stuff that you.
Yeah, and I love how that looked. That whole train scene.
Yeah, the only thing that I think is actually bad about this, like everything looks great. Like you did so much detail in everything.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. Like these bottles and the glasses. Like the only problem I think is that as a game, you can't see the guy, right? Like you can't distinguish the foreground from the background, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a matter of shading him differently, because I don't think I ever changed him. I just made the background, and I discovered some really interesting things when making that. I developed like this kind of system of adding a texture overlay to the pixel art, and the texture itself is also pixel. It's like a pixel pattern that you overlay on top of objects to make them seem like the thing you're trying to make them seem. It's really interesting how it works.
Oh, I have all the separate images as well. Look at this.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. And it was cool because there's, I mean, it's pretty pixelated, but you get a lot of detail out of it.
Where's the old one? Is it in shmup? Old Kickstarter poster. There it is. There it is, dude. Like, and there's like the actual like iterations of it. So, God,
just send it to me. Give me the last one. Send me the last one.
I want to say it's so. There's this one, right? Let me see if any of these look good. Okay, cool. So this one got like cropped because it needed to be a specific size for a website.
Yeah.
So let me get this one. I think is the biggest one. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I forgot how crazy this was.
I don't have the original Photoshop file anywhere, so.
I doubt I do. Oh, this wasn't even Photoshop. This was all Illustrator.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it was.
Which is fucking wild. the fact that I made this all in Illustrator.
I'm gonna go to sleep and wake up super early to study again. Yeah, I find that works better when you get tired.
Mhm.
Although
Don't.
there's supposedly some science behind the things that you study or read before you go to bed, you tend to retain more because they
Yeah,
start
I
to
was
get
gonna
locked
say.
in
Hmm.
to your brain or something like that before you go to, it might,
I've
might
heard
not
that too.
work. Um,
Yeah, but definitely don't keep studying. I mean, you won't learn jack, and you'll probably start forgetting stuff
yeah,
if you
like the
keep
quality of your
straining yourself.
studying starts to suck.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah. At that point, you're doing
your eyes,
yourself a
my eyes
disservice.
hurn.
Yeah, it's like the amount of progress you'll make by continuing to study is less the amount of progress you'll make by actually sleeping.
Yeah. 3 hours. Yeah, pretty good. I think there's like that also that study where like for every hour take like a 5 to 10 minute break, and that increases the quality of your studying like to like another level, right?
Yeah.
Because the not taking a break, you start to get like an exponential decay of um, I guess like your attention and all this other stuff.
Jesus.
So taking that break like really boosts it back up, and then you still get the exponential decay like for the next hour, but it's a lot smaller than if you hadn't taken the break. So like
Mm-hmm.
if you were to do 6 hours with breaks, you would do like probably 20 times better than if you did 6 hours without breaks, right? Something, it's not probably not 20 times, it's probably some other number. I don't remember exactly, but it's like exponential, not exponentially, but it's significantly, I guess, better.
Mm-hmm.
An hour and a half. When's your test? At like 4 in the morning?
It's like, oh, I'm homeschooled.
All right, so that's a successful hour of game dev. 52 minutes.
I agree.
Background music implemented successfully. Let's hear it one last time. Oh no, this is the original now, which you also didn't hear.
Do you think people would be interested in buying soundtracks to a game?
I think people are interested in buying soundtracks to games.
So you should tell that to Dan and work that in somehow.
That's
Like,
very interesting, and make each song also.
yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's not a bad idea, honestly. Yeah, I'll message him right now. He's on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And Big Shark, if you're on Discord, come hang out. We have a Discord. It's in the Twitch somewhere. I don't know. There's a link. Find it. It's an Easter egg hunt. Oh, dude, he totally popped up. Nice.
That was fast. Cool.
Yeah. Are you not in this chat? All right, whatever. Oh, never mind. You're
In the
Jalcantara.
no.
Jalcantara.
Yep. Jaw. How you doing, Jaw? I need to find that logo.
I also have. I don't have the logo by itself, like with nothing in the background, but I have it with various things in the background. I can try to find it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. No, I think this is like from my old hard drives. Like I don't even have it anymore. Logos, final production, cover, page panels. I have the latest stuff. I have a lot of Orbital stuff. Like the last time we tried to, you know,
Yeah, cool. Orbital is great.
remake.
One
That could be
day,
the
one
next
day, one day that'll come out.
Yeah,
This is just going to be an
Orbital.
ongoing thing where we start rebuilding a bunch of old projects and release them as NFTs, as unfinished games. And then we can start a game studio called Unfinished Games and just release all that stuff. Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, call it Random Studios and then release all that stuff too.
I like Random Studios is actually a cool name. They should be finished games, but I like the idea of going back to our old projects because then it's like a complete circle. You know, it's like poetry, it rhymes.
It's like poetry.
That's like a thing that it's pretty played out at
Have
this
you ever
point.
felt like your life was like poetry?
No, it was something that George Lucas said when he was
Right.
Star
Yeah,
Wars.
yeah, exactly. I remember that now that you mentioned it. That scene is like a meme people use now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have. Like I've heard it way too much. Everybody's just. It's interesting when something gets popular how the phrase just shows up everywhere, like on YouTube videos and articles and it gets just so used. Orbital trigger.
Yeah, we'll be on the same time tomorrow. So, or at least I will be. Julio's kind of sketchy when it comes to actually showing up.
I'm an artist.
So yeah, we're ending it anyway.
All right.
Thanks for joining.
Doodles.
Later.